Coming out first, fighting out of the red corner, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 153 pounds, making his amateur debut. Doing it for Brute Force Fight Team. Let's hear it for Hunter Bingham.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, coming out to the cage right now, we have Hunter Bingham. This man is 26 years old, standing 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing in at 153 pounds. He has a perfect record of 0-0-0. He is training out of Team Brute Force. So 0-0-0, what do we know?
That one of those O's has to go. And interesting fact, no sports background.
No sports background?
No sports background.
Nothing at all. Just started training to fight, huh?
Yeah, I've been training about 6 months, and now he's in the cage.
All right, so he's training out at Brute Force MMA. What do we know about that gym? Who are
Brute
the coaches?
Force, we hear about them all night. I mean, these guys, obviously they prep their guys to come in and, you know, just put on a show.
And this is the second fighter of the night, right? They came out, got the hand raised earlier, so that was great performance so far. Coach Richard Mendoza and Marcus Hackford. And you said he's been training there for about 6 months.
6 months. That's impressive.
Hey, no, that's good. And I'm glad to see that he's not just taking a fight and then going to a gym.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
starting to train and feel like, okay, now I need to test what I'm doing, right?
Yeah.
All right. Marcus Hackford doing a little bit of that last Vaseline and everything.
Yeah.
So you can't grease up your fighter backstage, right? Any grease, Vaseline, it can only go on to designated areas, and that's the high protruding portions of the face, so like your cheekbones. You can do a little bit on the nose and the eyebrows, because those are areas that tend to slice easier with the leather from the gloves.
Yeah.
So it's just to help prevent cutting. So they have to do that cage side with the athletic commission present to watch that be put on, because you don't want someone putting Vaseline on their chest and or shoulders or anywhere else so that they can slip out of holds easier.
Yeah.
So everything is done cage side these days to make sure that there's no improprieties going on.
Yeah.
All right, and his opponent tonight, fighting out of the black corner, standing 5 feet 10 inches tall, weighing in at 152 pounds, also making his amateur MMA debut. Doing it for Agima. Make some noise for Kahialo Clark.
And here we have Kahialo Clark, goes by Kahi. 21 years old, stands 5'10", another fighter out of Agima, Orem, Utah. Coach Dane, no sports background as well. And he's been training about 6 months with Agima.
So both of these guys have been in the gym about 6 months. Now, Agima, you did mention Coach Dane Aristobal, and then you've got Court McGee also over there. So, and I forgot to give him a shout out earlier. Another pretty famous MMA guy.
Legend.
I don't know if you've watched UFC in the past decade or so, but he's another really talented guy that has an amazing story. And then out there with Dane putting on some great classes, great motivation. It's a hell of a gym to go to, and you've got some top level guys that are out there training you how to do things.
And you know, if you're out here in the fight scene, you definitely know who Court McGee is. So.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, so again, what we talked about, the Vaseline, you see it on the cheekbones, on the nose, and then across the eyebrows, right? You can see that right there, and again, that's something that they have to do cage side so that the commission can check. And then the commission themselves, you got one of the members of the commission that does a last-minute check of the gloves, make sure everything's secure, that there's no strings on your shorts, anything like that that's not taped up, and that you are wearing a cup and a mouthpiece. And then,
for sure.
And
Protect the fighters, right?
Yeah, exactly. And then once you get in the cage, the referee is going to come over and say, smile, show me your mouthpiece, and then tap your cup to make sure one last time that you are good to go.
Both of these guys look ready to go.
Yep. All right. Tyler Tomlinson is our referee for this bout. This is his first MMA bout for the evening that he's going to be refereeing. He's going to bring them in, give some last-minute instructions. And again, we talk about this. I like to bring it up, the fighter meeting beforehand. He's just reinforcing certain rules and then just making sure that they don't have any questions, they're good to go. And this is the chance to touch gloves. I know a lot of gyms tell you do not touch gloves at the beginning of a fight because some people will pull the cheap shot.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's your chance to touch gloves safely.
Yeah, for sure. Nice teep just to start out.
Ooh. Kahi grabbing that leg pretty good off of that body kick.
And Kahi going for that leg kick.
Hunter definitely looks to be the more aggressive fighter. Ooh.
Ooh.
Good job going with that, grabbing the leg and driving through.
Yeah, for sure. And Hunter's pushing the pace right now.
Yes. Yeah, he, like I said, he's the more aggressive fighter so far. But seeing some good effort out of Kahi, especially with those kicks.
Yeah, for sure.
But that one just did not pay out well for him.
Yeah, and Kahi, he looks like he's wary of that right hand.
Ooh. Body kick for body kick.
Yeah, you can hear those from down here. Nice right hand. Excuse me, the left hand.
That's all right. From this angle, they all look like rights.
And you see Hunter's core already
Yeah.
showing signs from that teep.
Yep. Got some impact on it. I wonder if that was actually from one of the body kicks when it just turned right towards the shin.
Both guys showing
Yeah.
marks already.
I mean, every single one of those body kicks has been loud.
Yeah, I mean, you just heard another
Yeah.
one right now.
So they're kicking with quite a bit of effort.
Yeah.
You know, they're landing some hard shots. Hunter staying a little bit busier on his feet as far as moving around and trying to throw stuff, bouncing a little bit more.
Yeah, and Kahi looking like he's measuring for something.
Yeah. Kahi's a little bit more straight angled. You see a little bit.
Oh.
Ooh, that was nice.
Yeah, he caught him with that one.
He did, but I like what Kahi did where he threw the kind of a light backspin kick and then followed with a punch.
Yeah.
He ate one off of it, but it was cool. I liked seeing that. That was neat.
He almost tried to bait him into that
Yeah,
one, right?
yeah.
Nice move by Kahi with the defense.
Yep. Staying outside of that hook from Hunter. It feels like Hunter's starting to bait.
Yeah, for sure.
Trying to get Kahi to close the distance so he can land that hook.
Good jab there. Another good jab there.
Good head movement by Kahi.
Oh.
I'd like to see him be a little bit quicker on that counterpunch.
Yeah, for sure.
Especially standing in that southpaw stance. Just throw that left.
But right now, this fight looks pretty even.
No, it's been a good pace. I think that they're doing the right thing, not over exerting themselves. They're kind of measuring, but landing some good shots and just kind of taking their time a little bit. But,
Yeah.
but not lull. Like, there's no lull in that fight at all.
And
So-
Kahi's starting to check those kicks.
Yes. Yeah, I would like to see that counterpunch be a little bit more reflexive instead of having to remember to throw the
Yeah,
counterpunch.
for sure.
But either way, he's looking good. Both of these guys are looking really good. So this doesn't just match up well on paper. This is, in the cage, a good matchup.
Yeah, it looks great from here. And another one of those fights where if you're a judge, I mean, what do you think?
Damn it. I would say Hunter probably eked out that round, but this is not an official interpretation, right? I think that Hunter put a little bit more into that first round. He was a little bit more aggressive, especially earlier on. He was able to get that takedown off of that body kick that he caught and push that. He wasn't able to finish it, but he was active, and I think that he landed more shots. So I think that he probably took it, but I wouldn't be surprised one way or the other. This was such a close first round for both of these guys.
Yeah, and it's almost like when one throws, the other one's wanting to respond.
Yeah, they're throwing back. No one's staying stagnant. Like,
No.
oh, I'm just going to eat these punches and then, start.
Oh, what a shot.
Oh.
Kahi coming out with another one.
That was perfectly, that hit straight onto the freaking.
And you can see that body
Oh.
starting to,
Look at the bruising.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't see anything to the cup, but look at the bruise developing on the abdomen of Hunter Bingham.
Yeah.
Those body kicks have been sick from Kahi.
Yeah, you can hear those from down here. And if I'm Hunter, I'm catching my breath.
Oh, yeah.
The fight's pretty close.
I would be catching my breath as much as possible. With those kicks to the stomach, yeah, that's got to be taken out of you. Even if he didn't get hit hard in the cup, yeah, take your time. But Kahialo Clark with those freaking kicks is just fast and effective.
Yeah, and right on target. And this is just 6 months.
Yeah, yeah, it's crazy. I mean, that's what you get. You go train at a reputable gym with amazing coaches like Dana Aristobal and Court McGee. You're going to learn how to do things the right way in 6 months. Just like Hunter Bingham, no sports background, training over there at Brute Force. He's learning how to do the right thing. Look at the technique. Look at the movement. He's doing everything right.
Yeah, for sure. And Hunter's still in this 100%.
Oh, absolutely.
And Kahi's still working that leg. Looks like Kahi said something there. Man, that core is bruised.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, normally you see a good pink belly or side or whatever, and he's got that, but then it looks like he's got a little tattoo in the middle.
Yeah.
Because it's bruising up so hard.
But,
ooh,
nice
there you go.
There you go.
Hunter coming in with a beautiful cross combination. Not able to capitalize on it too much, but that was still very impactful and very good shots.
Yeah, if I'm the judge, I'm saying, hey, that looked good.
Another right cross that grazed across the face of Kahialo Clark.
Nice right hand there.
I love it. Ooh, nice right by Kahi. What you were talking about before, that once one of these guys throws something good, the other one wants to throw one again. You know, they're not just eating shots; they're giving as much as they're getting.
They're in there trading.
Another one of those body kicks from Kahi.
And Hunter's tough, man. He's
absolutely.
He's taking those shots and returning to sender.
Well, and he's landing some really good punches. Where you're seeing Kahi's landing some good punches too, but Kahi's really effectively landing those kicks.
Yeah, for sure. And Kahi measuring him. Oh.
Ooh, nice backspin kick.
Interestingly enough, this fight has not gone to the ground yet.
No. Well, momentarily, right?
Yeah.
But immediately back up and back into a standing match. And dang, I'm enjoying this one because even in their slow moments, it's just resetting and right back to action. Ooh.
And if we're loving it, I know the crowd's loving it.
Absolutely. And we're going to see a round number 3. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see a round number 3 for this match. All right, Joey, that second round, what is your takeaway? Who do you think eked out that second round?
You know, I'm seeing Hunter come back with some life. You know, that first round, we really saw Kahi come out with those kicks and really bruised up the core, but Hunter coming back and he's not standing down.
With his hands, Hunter is landing more effectively.
Yeah.
I loved in the middle of that round, you saw that Hunter piped Kahialo all the way across the cage with those cross combos, right?
Yeah, for sure.
But immediately after, you got Kahi landing his own right cross, landing those body kicks again. I am just glad that I'm not a judge. I think that this is a very even match right now.
Yeah.
And it's going to come down to the minutia of how the judges are trained to score the fight.
Yeah, because, I mean, we saw the last few fights ago, right?
Yeah. Like, I'm not going to say that I didn't think that the scores have ended up different than what I expected, but they probably have.
Yeah. And you know what they say, judges will judge. So.
Right, yeah. And, you know, if you want to win the fight, you need to win the fight. Don't leave it up to the judge, right?
Yeah,
but
for sure.
And especially in a fight like this where it's so close. It's very evenly matched. Even right there where they start swinging, they're both landing big shots.
Hunter with the pressure. Hunter with the pressure.
Closing the distance, keeping that pressure on.
Yeah, they must have said something to him in that corner. And Kahi going straight back to those
kicks.
Yeah, those kicks are brutal. Hunter's tough, man.
Very, and look at him closing that distance. He's very quick when he's throwing those shots, that he's continuing to press forward. And I like seeing that in this round where he's not just landing one every time he's throwing a punch, he's continuing to push.
Yeah, he's pushing the pace for sure.
Yes.
And Kahi eating some shots right now, but still in it.
Punching off his back.
Yeah.
Now Kahi coming forward.
And Hunter is leaking.
Yeah, he's got some blood coming out of that nose. The faucet is on. It's light drip.
Yeah, a little drip.
Yeah.
Oh, what a right.
I love that he slipped to the right and came in with that right cross from
Yeah.
an angle, too.
And if I'm Kahi, I mean, I'm going back to the legs.
Yes, or you know what? I would love to see Kahi throw a head kick.
Yeah.
The way that he's landing so effectively on the body kicks and so hard on those kicks,
Yeah.
I don't think that Hunter's really expecting a head kick. I think he's going to expect more of the body kick.
Oh, here we go. Hunter taking it to the ground now.
Good move, but let's see if Kahi's got some good experience in the gym from the ground.
Yeah, and if I'm Hunter, I'm careful here.
Well, he's pushing the knee down. Watch for him to drop his left knee across the inside thigh of Kahialo's left leg or right leg. See right there. As soon as that knee touches, start stacking out and put the pressure on. But, ooh,
This is
Kahi slipping to the side a little bit.
This is amazing cardio from both fighters.
Oh yeah, yeah. You know, round of attrition right now, and both of them are just putting pressure.
And the crowd going crazy right now.
Kahi's doing a good job staying active from the bottom, but the pressure that Hunter Bingham's putting on, I don't think that's going to be something that, aside from a submission, I don't think that's going to take away from what Hunter just did.
Yeah.
I would love to see Hunter be busy for these next 18 seconds.
Yeah, for sure. And Kahi's just at this point making sure he gets out of there because.
Well, and Kahi's throwing shots the entire time. So right there, he's throwing punches. And Hunter is just trying to climb where Kahi's trying to finish, or at least trying to score points. So this is one that, again, I'm glad I'm not a judge because, you know, I get that old school mentality of MMA, and the fact that Hunter got that takedown in that great position, that might be enough. But the fact that Kahi was on the bottom throwing shots while Hunter was just trying to wrestle, I don't know how this is going to go.
Yeah, and these guys are drenched in blood right now.
Yeah, they are. This is a messy fight. I love it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take it to the cage and make this thing official.
That was a battle. Another night. I am glad I am not a fighter or a referee or a judge. I just read this stuff. So do me a favor, you guys. Make some noise for the red corner, Hunter Bingham. And let's hear it for the black corner, Kahialo Clark. And one more time for the kids that got to clean up the mess. Going all the way to the judges. Did they see it all? How did they score it? All right, can I get both fighters to the center of the cage, please? Do me a favor, make some noise. Here are your scores. Dan first with a score of 29-28. Dennis McMahon with a score of 29-28. Stephen Farragher with a score of, say it with me, 29-28. Your winner by unanimous decision, out of the red corner, Hunter Bingham!
I don't know what they're putting in the water in Vernal, man, but you guys are coming out here with some force. All right, Hunter, how are you feeling right now?
I feel awesome. A little tired. Good opponent. It was a hell of a fight.
Now, aside from going all 3 rounds, did anything happen in that fight that caught you off guard?
His body kicks were pretty hardcore, honestly.
Yeah, we were talking about that a bit. You got a good bruise that you're going to be feeling later. Is there anyone you want to thank tonight?
First and foremost, Marcus and Richard. Brute Force Training Center, all my partners, all my amazing family and friends came out and supported me. I'm honestly living somebody else's dream out here. It's amazing.
All right, well, you going to keep living that dream and come back and fight for us again?
Should I? You guys like it? Or?
I think you should. It was a great fight, man. Hey, congratulations. We can't wait to see you come out and do this again. And everybody give it up for your winner, an undefeated Hunter Bingham!